Okay, so this is my first time doing this, and I thought of exploring some cool and unique facts about countries around the world with a map and share some of those facts that I found interesting. This is part 1 of the video where I'll be covering 29 countries all over North America and South America. Let's begin. First up, we have Argentina, where the dance tango was born. It started in the back streets of Buenos Aires. Argentina also has huge Welsh community, and if you love penguins, Argentina has one of the biggest penguin colonies outside Antarctica. The Iguazu Falls are massive, the biggest waterfall system in the world. Bolivia is unique for having 2 capital cities, Sucre, the constitutional capital, and La Paz, the administrative capital. It's also home to the mesmerizing Salar de Uyuni, the world's largest salt flat, which transforms into a giant mirror during the rainy season. Not to mention, Bolivia has Lake Titicaca, the highest navigable lake in the world. Brazil is a land of extremes. It houses 60% of the Amazon rainforest, the largest tropical rainforest on earth, and is the world's largest exporter of coffee. Also has the biggest population of Japanese people outside of Japan, and holds the record for the most FIFA World Cup wins with 5 titles. Coming on to Chile, is the longest north-south country in the world, stretching about 4,300 km but averaging just 177 km wide. It's home to the Atacama Desert, the driest desert on earth, where some areas haven't seen rain for centuries. Fun fact, Chileans are the second biggest bread consumers globally, just behind Germans. And here's a surprising one. Chile is where the world's oldest mummies were found, dating back to around 5050 BC. Next up on the list, we have Colombia, which is a biodiversity hotspot. It's the second most biodiverse country in the world after Brazil, and has the most bird species of any nation. It's also the world's leading source of emeralds and one of the largest producer of high quality Arabica coffee. And the next we have Ecuador, which is named after the equator and the Mitad del Mundo monument. You can stand with 1 foot in each hemisphere. It's also the world's biggest exporter of bananas and the first country to grant constitutional rights to nature, recognizing its right to exist and regenerate. And let's not forget about the Galapagos Island, which inspired Darwin's theory of evolution and are home to unique wildlife like giant tortoises. On to the next one, we have Guyana, which is the only English-speaking country in South America and is home to the stunning Kaitur Falls, one of the most powerful single-drop waterfalls in the world, plunging 226 meters. Next up on the list, we have Paraguay, which is known as the heart of South America due to its central location. Paraguay is the 4th largest exporter of soybeans. It also shares the Itaipu Dam with Brazil, one of the world's largest hydroelectric power plants. Next on the list, we have Peru, which is home to Machu Picchu, the ancient Inca citadel and one of the new 7 wonders of the world. It is also the birthplace of potato with over 4,000 varieties and hosts over 70% of the world's alpaca population. And if you love colorful landscapes, Peru's Vinicunca, the Rainbow Mountain, is a breathtaking sight at 16,000 feet above sea level. Next on the list, we have Suriname, which is the smallest country in South America in size and population, but is incredibly diverse, with Dutch as the official language and over 20 languages spoken. More than 90% of the country is covered by rainforest, making it one of the most forested nations in the world. Next on the list, we have Uruguay. Uruguay stands out as Latin America's safest country, boasting low crime, political stability, and a high quality of life. It made history by hosting the first ever World Cup in 1902, and in 2009 became the first country to provide every school child with a free laptop and Wi-Fi. Uruguay generated 95% of its electricity from renewable sources in 2015. And if you love beaches, don't miss Punta del Este, one of the South America's most stunning coastal gems. Next on the list, we have Venezuela, which is home to Angel Falls, the world's tallest uninterrupted waterfall at 979 meters. It also holds the largest proven oil reserves globally, surpassing even Saudi Arabia with over 300 billion barrels. But nature's drama doesn't stop there. Near Lake Maracaibo, the Catacumbo lightning strikes up to 28 times per minute, lighting up the sky 160 nights a year. Next on the list, we have French Guiana, which is the overseas territory of France. And French Guiana is Europe's gateway to space, hosting the Guyana Space Center, the continent's primary launch site. Its capital, Cayenne, is named after the fiery cayenne pepper discovered by colonizers. Over 90% of the territory is dense rainforest, and though it feels like its own world, it's actually an overseas department of France, making it part of the European Union. Now moving on to our North American countries, we have Canada, that takes its syrup seriously. Quebec even has a global strategic maple syrup reserve to control supply and prices. The country also has more lakes than the rest of the world combined, and surprisingly they also have only desert, the Osorio's Desert in British Columbia. For wildlife lovers, Churchill, Manitoba is the polar bear capital of the world, where bears outnumber humans. Now moving on to our next country, United States. One of the unique facts about the US is it experiences over 1200 tornadoes yearly yearly more than any other country and has more caves than anywhere else, including Tennessee's 45,000 caves and Kentucky's Mammoth Cave, the world's longest cave at 426 miles. Geography gets quirky in Point Roberts, Washington, a town only reachable through Canada or by boat due to a mapping error. And from Little Diomede Island, Alaska, you can see Russia's Big Diomede Island just 2.4 miles away, close enough to walk across in winter if the ice holds. Fun fact, the GPS system that we all rely on is owned and operated by the US government and the Air Force. Next up we have Mexico, where history is as rich as its culture. The Aztecs built Mexico City on a lake, creating floating gardens. Some still exist today in Xochimilco. This is also where chocolate was born, originally a bitter Aztec drink called chocolate. Mexico gave the world tomatoes and is the only place where the true tequila can be made legally. Nature shines here too. It's home to the second largest coral reef, the pink-hued Tamal waterfall, and the 13-meter tall Cuexcomate, often called the world's smallest volcano, even though it's technically an inactive geyser. Next on the list we have Guatemala, which is a land of volcanoes, 37 in total with 3 still active. It's also the birthplace of chocolate. Surprise, surprise, is due to history, guys. A legacy of the ancient Maya who admired the Quetzal bird, now a national symbol of freedom. The majestic Tikal National Park holds the distinction of being the first mixed UNESCO World Heritage Site. And fun fact, the founder of Duolingo, Luis von Ahn, is Guatemalan. Coming on to the next country, which is Belize. Belize is the jaguar capital of the world, with the Coxcomb Basin Wildlife Sanctuary as the planet's only jaguar reserve. Unlike many countries, you won't find McDonald's, Starbucks, or Walmart here, and its natural wonders are so vast that the Belize Barrier Reef, part of the Mesoamerican Reef System, is visible from space thanks to its vibrant blue waters. Next up we have Honduras, which is a paradise for ocean lovers. It's home to the second largest coral reef in the world, part of the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef. But did you know that it was original banana republic? By 1929, Honduras dominated global banana exports. Hidden here is one of the oldest working clocks in the world. El Salvador was the first country to make Bitcoin legal money, but its real beauty is in nature. Surfers love Punta Roca for its reliable waves. Inland, you can explore over 20 volcanoes like Santa Ana, where a hike leads you to a bright blue crater lake that looks like something from a storybook. Coming up next, we have Nicaragua, which is full of surprising contrasts. Lake Nicaragua is a home to rare freshwater sharks. There are also 19 volcanoes like Mombacho with its cloud forests and Masaya with its lava lake you can drive up to. It has 7% of the world's biodiversity and a UNESCO geopark, Rio Coco, where nature, wildlife, and local history come together. Coming up next, we have Costa Rica. Costa Rica proves happiness is an art. Since 1948, it had no army, just the pure vida philosophy, which translates to pure life. In the Nicoya Peninsula, a blue zone where locals live shockingly long lives thanks to diet, community, and sunshine. Costa Rica has largest butterfly observatory that lets you walk among clouds of wings. No wonder it's always ranked among the world's happiest countries. Next, we have Panama, that packs epic geography into a tiny space. You can swim in both the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans in one day. Then visit Monkey Island, where capuchins and howlers rule the Panama Canal's waters. Even its capital defies norms. Panama City is one of the few metropolises with a rainforest inside city limits. Step into Cuba and you'll feel time warp. 1950s American cars still cruise Havana streets. The island's legendary cigars and coffees are so iconic they're UNESCO protected. And here's a twist. Coca-Cola is banned, but crime rates are shockingly low, making Cuba one of the safest places in the Americas. The Dominican Republic is back with wild facts. If you love baseball, this place cranks out more baseball players per capita than anywhere else. Santo Domingo's cathedral is the oldest in the Americas. If you're into hiking, Pico Duarte is the Caribbean's highest mountain, over 10,000 feet. Cigars are a big part of the culture here, with renowned brands like Arturo Fuente leading the way. And for the wildlife, they got rhinoceros, iguanas, and the venomous Hispaniolan solenodon. From January to March, Savannah Bay turns into a humpback whale party. The country also boasts incredible natural beauty, with 25% of its land designated as protected natural reserves. Coming on to our next country, Haiti is a land of revolution and mystery. It made history as the world's first black republic republic founded by former slaves after the 1804 revolution. Haiti is the birthplace of voodoo, a spiritual blend of African and Catholic traditions, and crowning its mountains is the Citadel Lafayette, the largest fortress in the Americas, a UNESCO site built to defy empires. Next up we have Jamaica, where this tiny island birthed reggae music and the legendary Bob Marley, but its magic doesn't stop there. The Blue Mountains are famous for producing some of the world's most expensive coffee. Falmouth's luminous lagoons glow at night because of tiny glowing plankton. Jamaica is also known for its fastest sprinters like Usain Bolt. Even the word hallelujah as a joyful shout started here and is now used in music all over the world. Coming on to our next country, Bahamas. That is where fantasy meets reality. You can visit Big Beach to see the famous swimming pigs or dive near Nassau to find the world's largest underwater statue, Ocean Atlas. In San Salvador, you can explore what might be Columbus's first landing spot in 1492. For adventure lovers, Dean's Blue Hole drops 663 feet, a paradise for freedivers. On Inagua Island, flamingos outnumber people 60,000 to just a few. Coming on to our last country, Puerto Rico, which shines brightest at night. It has three of the world's rarest bioluminescent bays that glows like star in the water. San Juan, its capital, is the oldest city under US rule, established in 1521. Nearby the Puerto Rico Trench, the deepest point in the Atlantic Ocean, is so deep it could easily fit Mount Everest. There is also a cute little coqui frog whose chirping fills the night and can't be found anywhere else. So that's it for this video in part 1, and I am expecting around 200 views after a lot of self-doubt and so much time spending on this. I finally made the video, so thanks for watching. See you in the next one.